So there was a thunderstorm last night. It was windy, rainy, and gray. Maybe kind of scary. There was a knocking on my window that sounded like 20 kids having a nightmare. And they were screaming, help me, wake me up. But when I got to the blinds, all I saw was this little raccoon who was wet. And it said, if you let me in, I can't grant you wishes, but I can get you any kind of food you want. And I said, what if it's raccoon? But we both knew that I'd never had that before, so I let him in. And the next morning I woke up to an empty home and a letter on the floor. It read, thank you, kind stranger. I knocked on every door in this neighborhood, and nobody would let a raccoon into their home. But you did. Because you thought that I was 20 children screaming. I will never forget you. And then it had a postscript at the bottom of the letter. It said, P.S. I wrote you this song. So, figured I'd play that for you today. There we go. Thanks for helping me run my farm. I don't know what I would do without you. There wouldn't be a farm. Do you like to look at the moon? Maybe we can look at the moon together before you go home. I hate Zeeland so much. He doesn't even know how to run a farm. He doesn't deserve that farm at all. He just pays people to run the farm. He doesn't do anything. I'm so grateful that you're helping me run my farm. I wouldn't be able to do any of this without you. There would effectively be no farm. It would just be a whole lot of wheat in a hole. I hate Zeeland. He doesn't even deserve to have a farm. I would run a farm 20 times better than him. He runs that farm like ass. Do you ever think, what would the moon think of this? Do you ever think that? Because I think that, like, all the time. I think that all the time. He just pays people to work the farm for him. He doesn't know how to run a farm. Zeeland doesn't deserve that farm at all. How can I get Zeeland's farm? You help me every day. Every day you're out there making sure this farm is productive, growing food for the whole city. I couldn't be happier about that, but I just don't know if you ever think about, like, what two big slabs of concrete are thinking. Do you ever think, like, what is a piece of paper thinking? How can I get his farm? How can I ruin Zeeland's farm so that he's forced to sell? Then it'll be mine. But how can I enter his inner circle? How can I infiltrate Zeeland's farm? When you're making the wheat grow, I'm mainly sitting here all day thinking, what does a piece of paper think? I think that. I think, what does a piece of paper think? And I sit on this boulder. Ah, yes, I know. I'll pose as the help. I'll pose as Zeeland's labor, the one thing that is indispensable to him. And then from the inside out, I will ruin his farm. Alright, so there's something that I did want to get into. There's something that I wanted to talk about, which was repeating numbers and synchronistic repetitions, synchronistic numerical repetitions, which I should call SNR, are not metaphysical occurrences necessarily. Because if you're driving by the gas station and you're like, oh my God, gas is $3.33. That means that some separate layer is communicating to me something about Exxon Valdez. Then you're getting the wrong idea. You're getting the wrong message. The Exxon Valdez cruise ship, or was it an oil tanker? It spilled a shitload of stuff into the water. And whatever, I know this is a gas station, but Jung would say this is a synchronicity because what you're saying doesn't make any sense right now. The fact that this makes no sense means it's important. And I think of it every time I pass that gas station where I saw $3.33 once. Synchronicities are funny like that. They don't really make sense, but that's what Jung would say is what makes them synchronicities. Because if they did make sense, then they would just be like normal things. So, it's a thinker, but it's also one to think about.
Quick, are we almost, it's almost time. He starts at 7. You've never seen this guy? He's the smartest person on TV. No one dishes it out like him, because he actually knows what's going on. He's kind of like me, if I was on television. Oh, it's Welcome back to America Tonight, where we talk to the most famous people in the country and figure out what makes them successful. In the process, we learn that if you just act like a dipshit on the internet, you'll be famous, and everybody will love you. Find the secrets to success in the 4 keys tonight on America Tonight.
After this commercial break.
Huh. I don't know if I get it. Well, I definitely get it, because it's a coded message to the entrepreneurs of the future and the movers and shakers in America with the ears to hear and the eyes to dream. Well, let's see what he says when he gets back from the commercial. Welcome back to America Tonight. Today we're going to teach you how to walk into a Buffalo Wild Wings wearing Google Glass, rigged up to some open claw technology. You can write Yelp reviews while you're eating chicken wings. It'll definitely help grow the economy. That's what our next guest does. He's been doing that for 30 years, and he's going to teach everyone else how to do it too, as when we return on America Tonight. What if I ran a farm? But you don't know how to run a farm. You don't know how to run a farm at all. I know that you're really good at basketball, playing in my band, but I don't think I've ever seen you do anything with running a farm. If I did run a farm, would you still want to visit me? Obviously, we could set up drums in the barn.